Good morning, my dear respectable and responsible fellow citizens of the Republic of Sierra Leone. This now na sister once again, Sister Rugi from London, the CEO and founder of the Advocate for Good Governance Sierra Leone. We're a registered organization based in Sierra Leone. The date today, na the 7th December 2021. I want to send out this message today for ask series of questions to the father of the nation, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Julius Maada Bio. Your Excellency, on behalf of the Advocates for Good Governance Sierra Leone, I want for capture your attention and deeply engage your mind as a result of these questions where I want to ask you. But before I proceed with my questions, Your Excellency, please give me the permission once more for I able to talk about critical assessment and as well as prioritization. Then let's go follow the questions I want to ask you. The question I want to ask His Excellency is about the priorities and or priority where it plays as a result of the census. But before I touch to that aspect once more, I want to talk about critical assessment. What is a critical assessment? Critical assessment is a platform, particularly where we use everybody else, not just His Excellency, not just myself, but anybody else, where we are able to use to our own advantage for assess any given situation, for critically evaluate any given situation, so that we were able to come up with a conclusion and sensible solution based on our own assessment. Without critical assessment, you will realize many things they fall apart. Prioritization. What is a prioritization? Prioritization simply means that you give priorities. So things them where it they're very important and urgent. When you give priorities to something where important and urgent, then you go know that you go realize that you're able to put things in place systematically and accordingly. Without accurate prioritization, then obviously again you go end up forgetting misplaced priorities. What is a misplaced priority? Misplaced priority, you not deeply consider the needs of the people. You just want to go do what please you or what you want to do. You know critically evaluate the situation where you find yourself and put priorities together where you're able to get a better outcome or solution. But you just want to do as you feel, do as I feel, do as I like. You go end up forget misplaced priorities because you go end up for put your attention to the want instead of the need. What in I want and what in I need? Want now something where you can live without. You want them. Like the Lunge Bridge, for example. We want the Lunge Bridge, but we can live without the Lunge Bridge. Again, the census. Do we want the census? Can we live without the census now and wait until the next 10 years? We reach 10 years for do the census. The census now priority to us or now want or now need. Something where you can live without. I want them. But I able to live without them. Now I want. What in I need? Need now something where you cannot live without. Under no circumstances you're not able to live without them. Now make them call a need. For example, food. Nobody know they were able to live without food. Clean sanitation, that's water. Nobody know they were able to live without water. Accurate medical attention and or facilities at the time of need. Nobody know they were able to live without adequate medical attention and or facilities. So them three things there. Nobody know they were able to live without them. Food, sanitation, and medical care. Now we need them. We're not able to live without them. So through your critical assessment and prioritization, you're able to place what's in a high priority and what's in a low priority. You're able to know what's in a urgent things we for focus on, what's in a important things we for focus on, what's in a less important things them where you for focus on. Through your prioritization, you're able to place your list and give the rank. Whether this will be number 1, number 2, number 3. That will only be based on the outcome of your assessment. Your Excellency, once more, please allow me for capture your kind attention. Make I deeply engage you to the following questions them I want to ask you on behalf of the Advocates for Good Governance Sierra Leone as a result of the censor. Based on what I don't explain about critical assessment and prioritization, because the critical assessments, you and I will appreciate the fact say now we're there in a very predicament situation and deplorable situation as a result of the coronavirus, where it affects the entire earth, where everybody they struggle now for try and eradicate it in your own country. So if you focus on that and you pay attention to that through your own critical evaluation, if we're able to help you for now, for know how you for focus more, who's why we need your attention more, who's why you for place your priorities the more, and who's why you know for place your priorities. Now make a talk say based on the assessment, you're able to get for make decision through the assessment. Sometimes again you go want for do something. You go desperately want for do something, but because of the situation where you find yourself, based on your assessment, based on your critical assessment, the situation where you find yourself, despite the fact that you want to do something when I want, but because of the position where you find yourself at that time day, you go prefer on the need instead of the want. Your Excellency, once more, give me kind attention again. For I deeply engage you with these questions I want to ask on behalf of the Advocates for Good Governance Sierra Leone. Once more, based on the explanation where I do explain about critical assessment and prioritization and waiting and misplaced priorities and waiting and need and want again. You feel say now, the census, you go place the census under the need list, or you go place the census under the want list. Your Excellency, between the midterm census and the bread and butter, what you been promising people them during your campaign, so you come for can sort out the bread and butter issue. Which one you feel say now for they at a high priority? You feel say the bread and butter for they at a high priority, or the midterm census for B as a high priority? Your Excellency, please continue for giving me your kind attention and I'll continue for deeply engage you as a result of these questions once again. Based on the predicament situation where we all don't find ourselves as a result of the coronavirus situation, where we all try for eradicate the earth, you feel say now the midterm census is more urgent. It really urgent to the way that even if we want now for law we do them in 10 where you don't become 10 years, we do them where it be 10 years, we're not able for prioritize and for do things them what we're supposed to do for the people them until we put priorities to this midterm census. Now, ain't able to give you the convenient pathway for resolve the bread and butter issue. Your Excellency, please continue for give me your kind attention once again. As I say, the parliamentarians them, and among many other Sierra Leoneans and our citizens, they don't approve you as the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone for you conduct the midterm census. Now, Your Excellency, if you be say you not conduct the midterm census now, where we can do them every 10 years, but you not do them now, does that going to stop you? Is it going to stop you and prevent you from let you not go able for fiscal development in the country? Is it a must that we go for conduct the midterm census before you go able for fiscal development in the country? Your Excellency, please continue for giving your attention. I'll continue for engage you once again. You feel say if we left the midterm census, then we reach 10 years. What do we want for achieve in the Republic of Sierra Leone now? We're not able for achieve them. Your Excellency, what's in the happen with the bread and butter issue where you may not put in your manifesto? We capture the attention of the ordinary and or common Sierra Leoneans in the Republic of Sierra Leone. What's in the happen with the bread and butter? Your Excellency, you feel say it is advisable or it really makes sense. The money where you may for go spend, huge amount of money for spending at the midterm census, it will be advisable for let you put that money there for resolve the bread and issue in the Republic of Sierra Leone. Your Excellency, You feel say the citizens of the Republic of Sierra Leone, then desperately they in need of bread and butter. And the things them where I don't highlight, water, food, and accurate medical attention, then they in need of them now, or then desperately they in need of the midterm census we want to go conduct. Your Excellency, what do you put as your high priority based on your own assessment? Is it for deal with the issue of bread and butter or for deal with the census? I want to say thank you ever so very much for giving me your attention. I know so you're very busy and not for engaging too deeply on these questions. But I want to say thank you very much for giving me your attention again on behalf of the Advocates for Good Governance Sierra Leone. May God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone and God bless the Advocates for Good Governance Sierra Leone. Sister Wiggy.